Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to, I think it's the third installment now of the mental health chat. Um, so, yeah, we're going to talk about, uh, firstly, actually, I've done a couple of banners. So that is vitally important at the bottom there. Anyone needs, but also the link is in the comments to come on and talk. So, what we're going to talk about tonight is we're going to talk about ways to deal with stuff sometimes. Now, I struggle mainly with nothing going on. Some people can, for some people, that's great that they have nothing going on. Well, that's great. Um, and if you're struggling and with life and you need to take yourself away from everything, then that's great. That works for you. Awesome. But for me, it's always keeping busy is the hardest thing for me. I must keep busy. Normally, it's two things at once. Weirdly, um, there's a lot of times I play, like I'll play PS5 and I'll also um, watch football or watch sport of some sort. So that's one way I do it. But like today, I've taken the decision to take myself away from a situation that I wasn't comfortable with, and yeah, I've just left a situation that was making me anxious and annoyed. Certain things, certain people, type of person can annoy me. Um, so I take myself away from that because they remind me of someone that has had a negative effect on me in a way. Um, so yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start talking about what it's like in the mornings for me because every morning, sadly, because I have nightmares every night, mainly to do with stuff that I've been through, is I have like a half an hour wobble in the morning. Um, so it's finding what works for you to cope with that wobble. Now, sometimes um, it can be hard to get out of that wobble. I won't lie to you. Um, but my go-to is my family, my son. Think of my partner and my son very quickly, as quick as I can, mainly, and that tends to help with the wobble. But there are other methods. Um, a good walk is very good. Walking is definitely can be, depending on where you live. Sometimes you live in areas that maybe you don't want to walk around the area, but if you can find somewhere that you like local, it can be a shop. Like I don't want to advertise supermarkets, but like Asda opens early, um, Sainsbury's opens early. Go and have a little walk, have a little wander, get some nice fresh bread maybe for the day, or get some nice fruit. You know, that's always quite handy. Um, but yeah, the first morning wobble in the morning is a bit of a struggle sometimes. Um, so yeah, then you get through the day. Let's say if like there's a hurdle somewhere in your day, the best way to deal with it is to see how big the hurdle is. Some hurdles can be just hopped over very easily. Some hurdles you need to literally get like a sledgehammer to knock it down. So if that's the case, it's obviously going to affect your mental health quite badly. So again, another way of dealing with this is taking yourself away from the situation, finding something. Now, if you've got a phone, maybe a TV show or music, or ringing someone that's going to be helpful. What just happened to my camera? Then it's doing all blue. Um, from my end. I don't know if it went on your end, but my end it all went blue. Yeah, so you've just got to find. It's okay to multitask. People, for mental health, sometimes it's actually beneficial to multitask. So yeah, that's a good one. Multitasking. Keep your mind active, because when your mind dips a little bit from focusing in on stuff that you may have to do generally in the day, like if for me, it's like if I have to go to town and I have a plan set out, because everything has to be planned for me, and then something derails that plan, you can have a wobble. So then you have to like focus in on something very, very strong for you. So then you can go and handle it. To be fair, it can be quite tricky. It's not easy. This is why I'm doing this. I'm hoping someone comes on and wants to talk, but instead of just sat here for half an hour talking nothing, I'd rather just come up with some ideas that can be helpful, can be positive sometimes. But yeah, like today I was gonna record a mile around the park, because our park that I've got here is literally a mile in circumference, so you can just walk around and you've literally done a mile. So I was going to do a video for that, but my mind was like, no, I just can't. I'd have to be doing something else at the same time, so I just couldn't do that. But sometimes if you do a walk, give yourself little tasks, like if you're into flowers and trees or animals. Now be reasonable, right? Like if your favourite animal is a lion, don't put it down as a checklist on I must find a lion in the park today, because that would concern me if you found a lion. So like if you like squirrels, or if you like a certain plant or a certain tree, take a photo. Photos are very good for helping you remember a nice image of the day. So yeah, that's a good one. It's like for me, I've had 30 years now of battling it. And sometimes it can come up on like days that you feel so good, and you just have this wobble that comes out of nowhere, like literally nowhere, and all of a sudden, I'll give it for instance. There was one day that I was walking over a bridge. It's a train track, and my brain just played a trick on me. So yeah, you just need to find. I'm very thankful that I think of multiple outcomes, and I'm one of those people that will think of the what's the best way of saying this? I'll have different ways of how it will affect other people, not me. So when I do that, it kind of then talks me down from the fault that I was having in the first place. And yeah, it can be really hard. It's never easy, I have to admit. Like this is why I'm doing this. Is I know it's not easy for a lot of people, and I hope that one day, yeah, this helps one person from taking things to an end. Shouldn't end through mental health. Mental health, yeah, it's hard. It's a hard, long slog. Always will be. Can't lie to you. I've been down counselling routes, psychologist routes, CBD, medication. Gave myself tasks to do, like get certain chapters in my life ended, or at least explained with a nice ending, so you can just like tie it up in a nice little bow and go, okay, there you go. Because the best way to describe mental health is, with a lot of people, their brains, it's a beautiful, like, classic library. Everything's got its own little place. But with mental health, it's like a buffalo has literally ran into the library, knocked over every book. The books are in a different place. They're not in the place they should be. And then that is when you need someone to clean it up a bit. And sometimes that has to be you. And you are your best tool. Why does my camera keep going blue? Don't know what's going on there. So yeah, if you can help yourself, then that is fantastic. If you need that little bit of aid, now you can go down the medication route. I'm not saying you can't. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me for the reason of all the medication I've ever been on makes you very sleepy. Well, the sleep part is where it kind of resets everything again. I then wake up and have the same wobble, and it'll never be a never-ending story for me. So that's not a route for me. What's a route for me is fighting every day I possibly can and try not to give up. It's never going to be easy for me, and I'm just, the only reason I want to do this is I'm hoping that I can make it easy for someone. If I can make it easy for someone, then I'm happy. It's where I got this idea from is from a very weird place, and I wouldn't mind talking to you about it. To be fair, is because I've done all my family history and ancestry and stuff. I found out that I had a lot of Mormon in my bloodline. So I come across some Mormons one day, and I thought, oh, I'll have a little chat with them, because there was this specific character that I found. I think he was my fourth great grandfather, and he left England in like 1860 or something like that, and went to Utah. And if you've ever seen the Pioneer movies and stuff, worth watch, because it's quite impressive what they went through and stuff. So anyway, I just, because I'm quite religious myself, and you always find a way of trying to explain who I am, considering where I've come from. I don't quite get where I've got all that stuff from, because I'm nothing like my adoptive family, but I've followed in a certain path. Certain things have led me to work for organisations and join the army and stuff like that. And a lot of people, you always hear that, oh yeah, but my nan was a nurse, so I became a nurse, or something like that. Hello, Paxton. Yeah, I'm all right, mate. So I'm just rambling, to be honest, Paxton. I do apologise. So anyway, with the Mormons, I started to have a chat with them, and they helped me, and did some ancestry trees with them and stuff. It helped them out, because Mormons are very into their family trees and stuff. They've got this big, massive website where you can put your family tree on, and it helps them out because they can find relatives that they can do their rituals with and stuff. So anyway, the Mormons had a conference this year, and there was this elder called Elder Holland, and he did a fantastic speech that involved like talking about Brussels sprouts. This child was like, "Why must we do conference?" Which is like a 2-day event, something like that. They're talking about. He had this letter and he read it in his speech, and it just really cracked me up. And he ended up talking about mental health, and he didn't know this. He didn't know this happened. When I was reading the comments on the video, this one person said, "If I hadn't have listened to your speech, I would have taken my own life." And that wowed me. I'm like, this guy spent, I think it's about 15 minute chat or something like that. It wasn't long. It wasn't deep and meaningful, talking about Brussels sprouts and talking about conference for Mormons and stuff. And I just thought, wow, if I can help one person by talking about stuff that I go through and stuff that I know about through life and through organizations that I've worked with, and it would just be not humbling, because it wouldn't be like I did it. It's just I just want to help people. I don't want people out there struggling with mental health all by themselves. It's horrible when you're doing it with it by yourself. It'd be fantastic to know that someone has someone. Doesn't have to be very like deep, meaningful, like a partner or anything like that. Just have someone. I'm going to a church tomorrow. Again, linked with the Mormon stuff. And these elders that are in Wolverhampton right now, they've become very close to me. I'm very touched that they want to listen to me, and they're very touched that I want to listen to them. And that's nice for me. That's what life should be. You should be around people that are positive for you, not negative. Which is again what I said about what I did earlier. I've taken myself out of a situation that was making me unhappy, because it's not good for my mental health to be around people that make me negative and make me feel worthless. To be honest, is the best way of saying it. Is I feel worthless, and so I take myself away from that, and I only want to be around people that want to talk. If you don't want to talk, then. So I'm just reading your message back. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm going to put that up there because that's brilliant. Well done, Pax. But yeah, that's what it is. It's people don't quite get that. See, the funny thing is let's give you an example of Robin Williams. Everyone was so shocked that he took his own life because he's so happy and so joyful. Don't judge a book by its cover. A lot of people think I'm quiet. A lot of people think I don't know anything. A lot of people don't think I'm very knowledgeable. I have 2 degrees from Oxford University. I've worked for organisations that are very powerful. I smile because if I don't smile, I'll only cry. I've had 3 weird, tearful moments today, and I've literally no for no reason. It's a crazy one because the chain will never. Well, it will break. It will break when you decide to give in and not fight. You need to fight. Sorry about the noise if you can hear it in the background. That's my son going mad. But yeah, PAX, that's exactly what you should be doing with people. It's just spread help. That's all I'm trying to do, is just spread help as much as I possibly can. You know, I know that people are tuning in and watching. May not be at the time, which is what I've changed the times. I'm trying to find a time that may suit people, because if you can come on and talk, then that's helpful, not just for you, but for other people, because everyone has their own different story. Everyone has their own different ways of dealing with stuff. Not everyone's the same. And that's what makes the world beautiful, is not everyone's the same. And why should you be? But yeah, there's, as I've put on the bottom, all these different numbers are all to do with mental health in one way or another. There are loads of online ones you go on, but if you really feel that you cannot talk and you really feel that you cannot go anywhere, then there is always walking in literally to the A&E in hospital, because I know it sounds mad, because you think, oh, A&E is like cutting off your arm or something like that. It's not. They will literally help you as well. They are fantastic A&Es and walk-in centres as well. I don't know if, obviously some places are different to others, but walk-in centres, the fantastic nurses and receptionists and doctors in there, they will literally help you, and that's all you need. Is there is for me always a way. There's always a path. Life is a massive roundabout. It's a bit like spaghetti junction. You've got so many different turnings you can take. So you don't have to follow what I say. You don't have to follow what Joe Blogs next door is going through with life. If he's struggling with life, that's okay. It's all right. It doesn't matter. You don't have to follow the path that someone tells you to. Find something that helps you, and that's the thing. If you're struggling right now, and you can't work out any way to get help, get a pad, get a pen, write down all your happy stuff. Write down anything that can put a smile on your face, that you enjoy doing, and see if you can find anything on there that is a path for you. Because honestly, not everything will turn down the dark route. I promise you that. Well, probably more than 30 years, to be fair, but I'm fighting every day. I'll keep fighting every day, because I know that tomorrow is going to be another challenge. I know that tomorrow, the day after that's going to be a challenge. But I'm up for the fight at the moment. And I do say at the moment because I don't like breaking promises. So I say at the moment because I'm not breaking a promise. I'll always keep fighting as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I think, unfortunately, sadly, no one's coming on. But Satvik So we commented earlier, which is fantastic. The human mind is a maze. Helps to have others help navigate it, and that's what I'm trying to do. Is just trying to help you navigate. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you to go and get some medication, go and do this, go and do that. Find something that helps you. If you can't find something that you are happy with doing in a way of doing it, you're not going to do it. Do you know what I mean? So what's the awesome Paxton said here? That is a good motto. It is a good motto to have. Yeah, it is a good motto to have. I don't think I have a motto really. My motto is I will keep fighting. I will just won't give up as much as I can. I will just keep fighting. Yeah, thanks, mate. I'm trying so hard. I'm using Instagram and Twitter and stuff. I need to find a way of getting this out there. I know that it does get views eventually, but which is great. And it's finding the time that is right, because I'd love to have people coming on and talking about their experiences, because even I'm going to get fed up talking about my own experiences. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone has great experiences. A guy that I speak to on Discord that has shared his experience with me, and they're fantastic and so strong. And he's fighting another day, and so to have other people come on and talk about their experiences, there's no judgment on here. There's no, oh, my life is nothing compared to such and such life or whatever. It doesn't matter. Mental health doesn't choose the people. Yeah, I know, mate. It won't happen straight away. I'm just going to keep trying. I'm going to do it every week, and yeah, yeah. Mental health doesn't choose the weakest of us. It doesn't miss out the strongest people. It will affect everybody in some way of some form. It can be really a tiny thing. It can be like, see, a lot of people forget mental health is not just depression, anxiety. It's also OCD and all sorts of different mental health illnesses. And that's what I'm here to talk about. There's so much out there and so much that can affect us. And the funny thing is, a lot of people say men aren't okay about talking about it. I don't see why we can't. Men talk about football all the time. I mean, so I'm not going to say, "Oh, if I could talk about it, so can you." That doesn't really work either, because some people are just shy or don't want their personal lives being talked about, and that's fine. But if you've got an experience that you can feel that you can share, then please come on, talk about it, share what you've done, share how you've got through it. Even if you're struggling now, come on, talk about it. See if there's something that we can find together. Calling one of these numbers at the bottom. There's so many options. Honestly, there's not just. I don't want you just thinking there, oh, got depression, that's the end of my life. It's not. I've had depression, and I've gone through uni twice, 2 degrees at the end of it, 7.5 years in the army with depression. 30 plus years dealing with depression. I'm still here. it's a hard road. Sometimes it can be quite easy, and there can be like nice little straights that are just lovely to put your foot down and just speed through it, and it's nice and simple. But then sometimes you hit Cornwall, and it's got those really dodgy curves that you can't see. You can't see around the corner. You don't know what's coming. Yeah, please, we don't have certain feminine thingies. So many jokes might avoid it. It's the way you put it. Sorry, mate. That's funny. But Max has made me laugh. See, laughter. Laughter's fantastic. But it doesn't mean I'm not depressed just because you laugh. Because depression is in the brain. Laughter is, yeah. But yeah, that's exactly. But you shouldn't avoid it. Avoidance is dangerous. You can say, I'll put it back in my head, and you can go on for months, and I mean months, not even thinking about it's happened. And I guarantee there'll be one day that there will either be a trigger, or your day is so boring and so dull that your brain will play a trick on you. It will come straight back to the front of your brain, and there it is. You're going to have to deal with it there and then. So, yeah. Don't know why my hand is sorry. I do apologise. I don't, as I've said, my anxiety is not great. I have to wibble wobble. Yeah, I just try my best. I don't care. It's made me laugh. So you're currently your stand-up comic for me, Paxton, because that made me giggle. But yeah, if you like, I'll tell you one. If you, this is going to be like my one take from today, is if you like comedy, and you're going through depression or mental health or any issues in your life, go and find Rod Gilbert and Greg Davies. Those two, for me, make my life look a little bit rosier, because they stress out over like smaller things than I do. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the scene of Rod Gilbert when he goes into, I think it's Corey's or Comet or Dixon's or something, and ends up buying loads of Hoovers, and I can't remember what the other appliances, but it's just, honestly, I might have to go and watch that later. Rod Gilbert. But yeah, Rod Gilbert is definitely someone you should go and watch. Greg Davies, definitely someone you should go and watch. Lee Evans is actually a good one as well. Bless him, he does actually have mental health himself. So, do you know, it's quite a common thing through comics, actually, mental health. I haven't got the ability to stand up there and do comic, but I find things funny, and stupid things funny as well. But yeah, I've rambled on for over half an hour. I do apologise. But if anybody, I will be doing this again next week. I don't know what time. I can't choose times a week in advance, parent duties and life. But it might be in the daytime next week. I'm not sure. But yeah, if anybody watches this and wants to talk, you can easily find me. You can comment on the video. I'll come and find you. People that know me on Discord, again, come and find me on Discord. I'm more than welcome to talk. Yeah, but yeah, I think for today, that is me out of here. But please take notice of all the numbers. Paxton, appreciate you joining me once again. Awesome as always. Satvik, I know you're in bed, but I hope you have a good day tomorrow, mate. But right now, I am going to be out of here once I can find the video. I can never find the video when I need it. But yeah, thank you, everyone. Speak to you later.